Hey there friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're here at Disney's Hollywood Studios for another round of pin trading, and today we are trading only Loungefly pins. I have all Loungefly pins with me today, and we're gonna swap these out and see what we can score. Hopefully bubble wands, hopefully the green ones from the Wave B hidden Mickeys, fingers crossed, hopefully. But we're also gonna talk a little bit about the Loungefly pins in this video, so it's gonna be a good time. Let's get into it. Now, before we head to our first pin board, because we actually have one right before you enter the park, over at the little kiosk Movie Land, they have a pin board, and that's where they sell like all the plushies right as you're leaving or entering. But yeah, they have a pin board there. But first, Loungefly pins. Can you trade these in the parks? Yes you can. These are official Disney licensed pins. You can find Loungefly pins at Hot Topic, Box Lunch, I believe. So yes, they are tradable at the parks. Now it really depends, because some pin traders will say like no, but listen, if Disney says yes, then I say yes. And I actually love Loungefly pins. I think they are super cute. You all know, if you've been watching for a while, that I am a stickler for a Loungefly pin. Now these are just some that I want to try to trade away, because I kind of set aside the ones I really want to keep, and we're just going to use these for trading today. But yes, you can use Loungefly pins to trade inside the parks and the resorts and Disney Springs. Sometimes I've heard that people have gone up to boards and tried to trade one of their Loungefly pins away, and they have been turned away by the cast member, but they are allowed to be traded at the boards. Disney doesn't train their cast members on like Real Deal Banana Peels or Boo Boo Kitties. They kind of just put them at the board and tell them like, hey, just gotta get a pin, take a pin in return as long as it's Disney. So cast members will sometimes flip them over, and then they'll see on the back it doesn't look like the pins that they sell here, but they are tradable. Loungefly pins are gonna have like little crowns like this, but not always, because sometimes some Loungefly pins will have nothing on the back except the copyright logo of like Disney. So they are tradable at the park. Some pin traders also don't collect Loungefly pins. They don't like Loungefly pins, but yes, they are tradable. They are tradable inside the park. You can use Loungefly pins here in the parks. So just want to say that again. You can use Loungefly pins here in the parks. But now let's take a look at our first pin board here at Movie Land. Okay, so here's a look at our first pin board of the day. Look at this. That is clever. I like this. Geppetto, he's got his little shoes, his little Mickey hat, and he got a little popsicle there. Very cute. All right, now I don't see anything that I want or need. I really want to find Wave Bs today, but also we're keeping our eyes peeled for any like Real Deal Banana Peel pins that will trade well. And right here, right now, I don't see anything that I want or need. So let's scan into the park. All right, and we officially made it into Hollywood Studios. Let's head to our next pin board, which is gonna be right at Guest Relations. All right, here's a look at the pin board in Guest Relations. Okay, oh, little Stitch, that's cute. Alrighty, now I don't see a Wave B or anything else we need, so let's keep moving. Okay, so nothing on the pin board for me at Guest Relations. Let's pop into Sid's and take a look at their pin board. Alright, and here's a look at the pin board inside Sid's. Alrighty, nothing here either. Let's head to the next. So nothing on the pin board for me at Sid's. Also, no pin traders in there. Usually they have like pin traders sitting in there hanging out. Not a single soul, but we are in the like kind of downtime for Walt Disney World, because we're in that like school started, fall is approaching kind of peak right now, or actually not a peak because ain't nobody here, but you know what I mean. Anyway, let's head to our next pin board, which is going to be right here in the center at Crossroads of the World, right here in the middle. I'm so sorry, friends. Did I even show you like a better look at the pins we're trading today? All of these Loungefly pins and these back here? My apologies. This is the pin board at Crossroads of the World. Look at that teacup pin from 2018. That's pretty cool. There's a little Ham. Don't need him. There's a Mickey. All right, now I don't see anything that I want to take from my collection, so let's keep moving. Okay, so now we're gonna pop into Mickey's of Hollywood and see if we could spot any pin trading cast members. But we did run into a friend who watches, and we did a Loungefly pin for Loungefly pin, and I got a beautiful Rapunzel pin. So first trade of the day done. Okay, so I did a full lap of Mickey's of Hollywood, and not a single pin trading cast member in here. let's head to the next location. Now let's cross over to 5 and Dime. They definitely have a pin board here. All right, and here's a look at the pin board in 5 and Dime, a Peter Pan Wishable. He's cute, but look at this little piglet. He might be a Loungefly. Yeah, he is a Loungefly. There's the little crown logo. Okay, should we do a Loungefly for a Loungefly? Because he's kind of cute, and Winnie the Pooh pins trade very well. And also, he's so stinking cute. So I think we're actually going to take him. And then here's a look at the rest of the board. Okay, we definitely want Little Piglet here. And then let's trade away... Well, let's do a large and in charge, a chunky yet funky pin. Let's do the large Princess Jasmine pin for the Little Piglet. Ding, 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 my friends. We ended up scoring a Little Piglet, which is also a Loungefly. So you see, Loungefly pins are tradable inside the park. So adorable. So adorable. Now, before we head to our next pin board, I just wanted to pop over to like the little pin trading area where they have all the blind bags and take a look at what's new. They do have the Fantasy Flight ones for $44.99, and this is where Zipper the Bee comes from the Rescuers, or Fly, Bee or Fly. They have the new Magical Marksman blind box for $22.99, and here's a look at who comes in this set. These are pretty cool. And that's pretty much it for new blind bags and boxes. I know there's a whole new like Haunted Mansion puzzle set that came out that I kind of want to do, but I haven't seen it out and about yet. And we did spot a pin trading cast member here in 5 and Dime. Here's a look at their pins. Blind trade or trivia?
You can do either one.
Let's do a trivia. So we got the trivia right, and here's a look at the pins. All right, I'll pass, but thank you so much. Okay, so that's a wrap on 5 and Dime. We got a Piglet pin, and then we did the cast members trivia. And the question was, what attraction here in Hollywood Studios has the most hidden Mickeys? And it's Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. And you saw the pins, Boo Boo Kitties, no thank you, hard pass. I also didn't bring any Boo Boo Kitty pins with me today, so even if I saw a Boo Boo Kitty that I liked, couldn't do it. I can't give up real deal banana peels anymore for Boo Boo Kitties because it's hurting the pocket for sure. All right, let's pop into Keystone Claviers and see if there are any pin trading cast members there. All right, and I keep forgetting that they do have a pin board here in Keystone Claviers. Here's a look at the pins. Okay. All right, I don't see anything that I want or need, so let's keep moving. That's a wrap on Keystone Clothes. No pin trading cast members, but they did have a pin board, but nothing there that I wanted or needed. So we are all done with the gift shops on Hollywood Boulevard. Now let's start tackling Sunset Boulevard. We have a few gift shops here that have pin boards and pin trading cast members. Yeah, let's go, come on. Our first stop here on Sunset Boulevard is gonna be Walt Disney World Ticket Central Hollywood Junction. They've got a pin board. All right, and here's a look at the pin board at Walt Disney World Ticket Central Hollywood Junction, or guest experience team. All right. Yeah, nothing for me. Let's head to the next. And nothing for me at Walt Disney World Ticket Central Hollywood Junction. Now, we're gonna pop into Beverly Sunset, which I believe they did add a pin board there, and sometimes you can find pin trading cast members. So the pin board would usually be here at the register, but it is not available right now. Now, just across the street, we have the Majestic Theater. Now, they don't have a pin board, but they sometimes have a pin trading cast member, so I always like to pop in here and just check. All right, so we did have a pin trading cast member here at the Majestic Theater, and here's a look at their pins. So nothing on the pin trading cast members pin pad for me at the Majestic Theater. Now let's cross over to Sunset Club Couture, which also connects to Once Upon a Time, and they definitely have a pin board here. And we do have a pin trading cast member here in Once Upon a Time. Here's a look at their pins. And then here is a look at the pin board. Mother Gothel, Queen Icon, and look at this. Never seen that before. What is this? Animal Kingdom, maybe? Feels nice. Feels very nice. I wonder what this is. No, I don't know what it is, so I'm not going to take it, but that's pretty neat. Doesn't really fit on the board. Okay, what else we got here? Coffee cup. Okay, you guys know, be careful with these. They did get Boo Boo Kittied. All right, now I don't really see anything that I want or need. That's pretty cool. Someone let me know where this is from. So nothing on the pin board for me at Once Upon a Time / Sunset Club Couture. But that Animal Kingdom Lodge pin was so awesome. But I don't know, like, I think it's Animal Kingdom Lodge. I'm not even 100% sure. The cast member told me that she believes it's from Animal Kingdom Lodge. Now, it's pretty cool, but if you know where that's from, let me know in the comments. All right, let's cross over, and we're gonna pop into Sunset Ranch Pins and Souvenirs, which is right here. Before we check out the pin board, I just wanna take a look at the blind boxes. So they have the We Are Groot blind box. Oh, how cool are these? $14.99. Oh, because there's one single pin in here, that's why. Ah, the trickery. They also have Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm looking for the Haunted Mansion blind box, but I guess they don't have that either. Oh, but they do have the Disney Toy in the Box set. That one's $22.99. Yeah, no Haunted Mansion one though. And here's a look at the pin board at Sunset Ranch Pins and Souvenirs. All right, I don't see anything. We also have a pin trading cast members pin pad. Here's a look at the pins. Blind trade or trivia?
They are trivia.
Trivia, let's do it. So we got the trivia right, and here's a look at the pins. So we did the cast members trivia. Fun trivia. They pulled out like a whole sheet off of their, like inside of their pad. They had like a whole little notebook sheet with just different like categories that you could choose from. Very fun. And I went with Star Wars Original Trilogy at hard, level hard. And the question was, in the first, in one of the Star Wars films, what's the first Ewok that Princess Leia meets? And the only Ewok that I know the name of is Wicket. I said Wicket. They said it was correct. And then we got to see the pins. Now, nothing that I wanted or needed. The Pride one might have been Real Deal Banana Peel, but I do already have the Pride one. But also, that one did get Boo Boo Kittied as well. A lot of those Pride pins ended up getting Boo Boo Kittied, unfortunately. All right, let's head to the Tower of Terror's gift shop, Tower Hotel Gift, and take a look at their pin board. Also, I do apologize if it is giving low energy today. Finnick was running a muck last night, like a muck, like barking at the air, just really just wanting to disturb the peace in the household. So I'm just like so drained. Finnick, you got me drained, buddy. Y'all, it says Tower of Terror is a 13-minute wait. Let's go. Let's go. We have to do it. 13 minutes? That's got to be a walk-on, no? Also, this is going to be our first time ever riding Tower of Terror to the pin board, because after the attraction, it spits you out in the gift shop, and we can take a look at the pin board. So that's lovely. Let's go. We just breezed through the outside portion of the queue, and we're just headed straight inside. And now we are inside the lobby area. Also just breezing right through here as well. And then here's where it comes to a stop, but this is a walk-on. We're headed into the pre-show. So we're up next, and we only waited 10 minutes.
Twilight Zone. You are about to discover what lies beyond the fifth dimension. Beyond the deepest, darkest corner of the imagination.
Oh my God.
The Tower of Terror.
Oh my God. No! No! Oh my God. Oh my God! Ah! Oh, no more, no more, no more. Oh my God. Okay, so we just got off of the Tower of Terror. I'm glad I stayed calm. All right, let's go take a look at the pin board. Here's a look at the pin board in the Tower Hotel gift shop. Okay, we also have a pin trading cast members pin pad. Very nice, very, very nice. Okay, I will trade, I'll take this one here, and then I'll trade away, let's do this Mickey Mouse here. All right, so we ended up scoring the Dory and Nemo pin. This is from a starter set, like the pin lanyard plus the 4 pins. So this is a Real Deal Banana Peel Disney pin, and we traded away the Mickey Mouse Loungefly pin. This is pretty good. Let's head towards Rockin Roller Coaster, because there's a gift shop, Rock Around the Shop, that has a pin board. And Rockin Roller Coaster's gift shop can be found right here on the side of the building. Once you're inside the gift shop, the pin board can be found right here at this back register. All right, and here's a look at the pin board in Rock Around the Shop. Look at the Marie, she's cute, but also one of the Sugar Rush kids from a blind box. You know what, let's do that one. And then I will trade you. Which one would you think if you were trading? I also have these as well. That'll trade well.
I'm gonna say Pooh and Friends is always a favorite.
Yep,
Pluto,
let's do Pooh.
He's also 95 this year, so if you want to do that.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Let's do the Pluto.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
All right, friends. So Rock Around the Shop ended up being a success. We scored one of the Sugar Rush kids from the blind box. Don't know who this is. I know she's a little cherry, so sorry to this woman. But as I was walking away, the cast member was like, don't leave, we're about to do a refresh. And they put down a bunch of Hidden Mickey Real Deal Banana Peels. Now, they were none of the Wave Bs, but we did score the Vampire Stitch, and I traded away the little piglet that we had on here. So I had 2 piglets. So sweet, 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 sweet. All right, let's start making our way out of this area. Now, sometimes I like to check here at this little cart and see if there's any pin trading cast members. There are none right now. She doesn't have a pin pad. So we are all done in this area. All right, so we are all done with Hollywood Boulevard and Sunset Boulevard. But as I'm like walking down to head to our next pin trade, like pin board, I ran into a pin trading cast member. Hey, ran into a pin trading cast member, and they had a Winnie the Pooh pin on their little pin pad, and I had to take it, and I traded away the Pocahontas Loungefly pin, because again, you can trade Loungefly pins here in the parks, and I love that. You know why I love Loungefly pins is because anyone can get them, right? So most likely you who's watching this in Pacoima. I don't know where Pacoima is, it just came to my mind. But there's most likely like a Hot Topic in your area, or a Box Lunch, or one of those stores that sells the pins, and you can stack up on all the pins that you're gonna need before getting out here, Not everyone lives close enough to the parks to pick up the Disney packs or all of that. And also, you wanna prepare before you come here. You wanna load up and as many pins as you can throughout the year, so that way once you get here, you're ready to go and you're ready to start pin trading. So that's why I love Loungefly pins, because anyone can get them all around, I think, the world, right? There's a Loungefly pretty much everywhere in the world. I don't know, I'm just talking, but that's why I love Loungeflies. All right, so now we're gonna head to the Hollywood Brown Derby, and we're gonna pop inside and take a look at the Derby hat, which is a little pin hat that you can spin, or the cast member will spin, and it has little pins on it. All right, so here's the Hollywood Brown Derby. We're gonna pop inside and talk to the cast member. Here's a look at the Derby hat. Now you can spin it, but just don't pluck anything off. Let the cast member do it. All right, now I don't see anything that I want or need. Yeah, okay. That's a wrap. Snow White's baby daddy. So that's a wrap on the Brown Derby. The cast member, so funny. Anytime I'm like filming, and I always ask the cast member, is it okay if I film the pin board? And I always make sure like, hey, I won't get you in it, I promise. And this cast member, when I did that little, I won't get you in it, she was like, no, put me in it. And she started doing like the Betty Boop dance. And it was just so funny. I didn't get her in the video because like the pin hat was lower, but she was super cool. Super, super cool. All right, so now we're gonna head towards Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, because over at their little area where they sell the merchandise, they have a pin board. Now, it used to be at this little cart right here, but then they moved it a little bit closer to where the attraction spits you out. So let's take a look at that one. But sometimes you can find a pin trading cast member at the old cart. So I'm gonna do a little wraparound and just see if there's any pin trading cast members. And no. Okay, so let's head to the pin board. So this is where Mickey and Minnie spits you out, and then boom, this is the little area with all the merchandise, and the pin board's right at the register. All right, and here's a look at the pin board at Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Now we do got some real deals. The little thumper from the Bunny series. Remember we found the chaser here in Hollywood Studios? That U looks great, holy cow. All right, oh, look at this, Peter Pan pin trading. Do we want this? Oh, I kind of want this. Yeah, okay, I'll take this Peter Pan, and then I will trade away, let's do the Pocahontas teapot. Get rid of that one. Thank you so much. Ding, 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 my friends. We ended up scoring this Peter Pan Pin Trading Fun Day 2017 pin. Don't know nothing about it, but something in the universe said, I need this pin. I need it. And I do believe it to be the real deal banana peel. Sorry, the lighting is not really giving, but the back looks good. The posts feel nice and sharp. So I'm gonna say real deal banana peel pin. Okay, so our next pin board is over in this area by Indiana Jones Epic Stuntacular. Now, sometimes they'll have a pin board, not always, but it's always nice to go over and check. Now, I can definitely tell there's no pin board right now just because there's a lot of people entering right now and they kind of need all hands on deck whenever they're loading a show. So we're gonna skip that one. But here at Frozen Fractals, all around, they have a pin board. All right, and here's a look at the pin board at Frozen Fractals, all around. Look at this Dopey, it's so cute. That's a really cute one. Okay, sorry. All right, now I don't see anything that I want or need, so let's keep moving. And nothing on the pin board for me at Frozen Fractals, all around. But that Dopey, so cute. That was a cute little Dopey little coffee cup, but unfortunately, he was a boo-boo kitty. And did you see how smooth that was? I was like, oh, he's so cute. And then I pluck him up and take a good look at him and then plop him back down. That was some smooth boo-boo kitty inspecting. So, all right, let's head towards Star Tours because we have another pin board at their gift shop, Tatooine Traders. So here's Tatooine Traders. Let's pop inside and take a look at the pin board. All right, so here's a look at the pin board in Tatooine Traders, and oh man, yeah, we want him for sure. He's super cute. And then you guys can pick. What do you think will do well that someone would want?
All the backpacks are so
pretty good, right? And then we do have these back here. And everything's up for trade.
Which one do you think? It's either between this one or the Dory one. The Dory one's huge. The kids will love it.
Let's do the Dory one for the kids.
Dory one?
Yeah,
okay,
Dory.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Awesome, thank you guys so much. So Tatooine Traders ended up being a hit, and a super hit for me because we got a little sleeping chip. Now he is an open edition pin. I believe he's valued at $22.99 because he comes with chip and tail, I believe, or maybe it's just one. If it's just one, then it's $12.99, but if it's both, $22.99, and he's just so stinking cute. And then I let the cast member pick what pin they would want to be placed on the board, which is something I kind of want to start doing a little bit more of, because normally we let the cast member pick whenever we do a trivia, because then they can base it off of their next trivia. But something that I want to do now is kind of let the cast members pick, because they man those boards for hours and they know what moves, what doesn't move. So they were saying like, oh, Dory, kids would love to see Dory and Nemo. So I was so happy to do that trade. We got that one earlier. I was never going to keep it. I only collect Zootopia, if I'm going to be honest. So everything I do end up trading later down the line in like future videos. But that was a really good one. That was a really good one, and that's something we're going to start doing. We probably won't do it every time, but once in a while we'll let the cast member pick which pin should go down. So, all right, now we're going to head into Sci-Fi Diner, which is right here behind me. Boom, because they have pin trading cast members sometimes. Let's see. All right, so we do have pin trading cast members in Sci-Fi Diner. Here's a look at one of the pin pads. There's Snow White's baby daddy. Love to see him. We also have this one and this one here. Awesome. Now, I don't see anything that I want or need, but they do have pins here. Okay, so nothing for me at any of the pin pads at a Sci-Fi Diner, but they do have pin pads, and they got more than one, so that's real nice. She pulled out like a whole basket, and she was like, feel free, flip through, whatever you like, just let me know, we'll do the trade. Now, nothing for me, but they got a ton of pins there. All right, now that's a wrap for this area as well, because they are building the Monsters Inc. land, and that's where Muppet Vision once stood. And Muppet Vision would sometimes have a pin board, not always, sometimes, but currently being reimagined right now, so we're all done here. Oh, they already knocked down the big center building. Holy cow. Look at that. Now it's just like big empty space there. All right, they are moving. They are moving. Now, we don't have a date on when this is opening, but hopefully once it opens, they do put some pin trading in there, because Hollywood Studios definitely needs like more pin areas and pin boards. So yeah, hopefully they add one. All right, let's cut through Galaxy's Edge and head to our final stop, which is going to be Jesse's Trading Post over in Toy Story Land. Oh man, I almost forgot the Loungefly bag. The Loungefly bag I am using today, my friends, is one of my first ever Loungeflies, actually. I got this back in 2019. It is the Mickey like streetwear collection that they did. It's a nice big bag. I love, love, love this bag. When I first bought it, I used to use it every single day. Now, before moving to Florida and doing like content full time, I used to be a dog walker in New York City for the upper echelon, darling, for the upper echelons. And yeah, I used to walk the dogs, and I used to fill this with like stuff that I'll need for when I'm out in the city walking them. Yeah. sometimes I miss New York City and being like a dog walker out there, just because my full day was just roaming the streets of the city, just having such a good time. But I mean, I love what I do now, but sometimes I do reflect back and be like, man, that was a good time. But then, you know, the pandemic Lovato came into town, and then literally everybody moved out of New York and moved back to LA or down to Florida, so I ended up losing all my clients, and that's how I ended up here. But yeah, what were we talking about again? Oh, my bag. Yeah, this is the bag we're using today. So I want to pop into the Droid Depot here at Galaxy's Edge really quick, because I feel like they've been releasing like blind boxes, Star Wars blind boxes, like left and right. So let's see if there's anything new here. Okay, so not pin related, but they did release a new little Star Wars R2 Droid Depot water bottle carrying situation. This is a $64.99. Holy cow, $64.99 is wild, but it is super, super cute. Oh man, you can put your pins in the front there. That's nice. They also have a sipper too. Oh, look at the handle. This is $27.99. Oh, ding, ding, ding. There's a Droid Depot jacket for $119. Look at the back of this. Oh man, I want this. Please go to Character Warehouse. Please, I love this. All right, and they didn't release any new blind boxes. They just still have this one here, which we're currently working on. We're gonna try to find all of these without purchasing any boxes. These are $22.99, and so far we only have one, and that is Luke Skywalker. That's the only one we have so far. Oh man, you see, now I wish I would have never popped into Droid Depot, because now I'm just gonna be thinking about that jacket all day and until I get my hands on it. So we are gonna have to play bingo here in Hollywood Studios, because I need that jacket. I need that jacket, and you know, if we get full board bingo, we get to buy whatever we want, no price limit, just literally whatever we want. Hi, how are you? And now we're making it into Toy Story Land. We're gonna head to our final pin board at Jesse's Trading Post. But I just ran into friends who watch. So cool. I always tell you, if you see me out and about inside the park, come say hi. Come say hi, so that way I can say thank you for watching face to face, you know what I mean? And sometimes I'll get home and I'll see like DMs where people were like, hey, I saw you in there, but I didn't want to bother you because you were filming. Don't worry about it. Come up. I could always refilm it. Doesn't matter. But I would like to meet you and say thank you for watching. So now Jesse's Trading Post can be found after the attraction Toy Story Mania. So you can ride the ride and then get to the gift shop. But if you don't want to do that, you can just take the exit path, which is right here on the side. You look for the Pixar ball and just follow that all the way to the back till you get to the gift shop. And once you make it into Jesse's Trading Post, the pin board's going to be right at the register. So we do have a pin trading cast member here in Jesse's Trading Post. Here's a look at their pins. That Leia is so cute. Very cute. And here's a look at our final pin board of the day. Okay. All right, and now I don't see anything here for me, so that's a wrap. So that was our final pin board, and there was nothing there for me. So let's go take a look at the pins that we're walking away with today. Also, that little Leia pin was pretty cute, but it looked like a homemade pin. Like it was made out of wood, and then the cast member was just saying like, yeah, somebody just put it there. So it looked to me like someone just made their own pin, because she said it was like yarn and stitched together, which it was cool, but I don't know about it. So I didn't want to take it, but it was interesting. All right, let's go take a look at our pins. So we came back over to Galaxy's Edge. We're currently sitting in Docking Bay 7 in their outside area, just to take a look at the pins that we're walking away with today. So we ended up scoring the Stitch from the Hidden Mickeys, I believe 2023. We also got the Sugar Rush Little Diva there. We also scored, oh right, Little Piglet. We got that Little Piglet today, and this Winnie the Pooh here. And then on this side, we ended up getting the Sleeping Chip pin, this Peter Pan, and this Rapunzel Loungefly pin. So overall, pretty successful day pin trading with just our Loungefly pins. And again, you can trade Loungefly pins here in the parks. So if you got a trip coming up soon and you're trying to stock up on pins, Loungefly pins. Loungefly pins are great. And I do know a lot of pin traders that hang out like in the Club Cool area in Epcot do like to collect Loungefly pins as well. So yeah, bring over Loungefly pins. Always a good time. I'll be happy to trade with you. I love a Loungefly pin. Alrighty friends, now that's gonna do it for our time pin trading here at Hollywood Studios. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. You can follow me on every single social media platform at WDW Kevin, because I am what? The cockroach of the internet, and you can find me just about everywhere. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.